Hi, I'm Val Webb and I'm going to show you how to use watercolor pencils to create a little cartoon kitty. This project will take you about 10 minutes to complete. So we'll begin by talking about the supplies we're going to use. You'll need a 140-pound watercolor paper. Just a little piece of it will work. Nice heavy paper that will let us use plenty of water. You'll also need some watercolor pencils. I'm using Derwent. You can use any brand. We'll be using lemon cadmium, which is our yellow tone, middle chrome, which is orange, terracotta. We'll also be using Prussian blue, cedar green, and a little bit of pink madder lake. So those are the 6 colors you'll need to draw this cat. You'll also need a brush. I'm using a number 5 with a round tip. We're going to start out with the middle chrome, which is our orange, and we're going to start by drawing a wide oval, and you don't need to worry about neatness. You can just fill in that wide oval to block in the shape of the cat's head. All this color will be dissolved, and so it will be very smooth in just a little while. Some big ears that tilt out toward the corners of the paper. Be sure and make them nice and large. There we go. You'll also need to put a little bump on the bottom for his chin. So we'll do that. And some fur. Think about the way a cat's fur grows and let your pencil strokes move in that direction. So we are creating some fur on his cheeks. Okay, in the middle of his face, we're going to draw a horizontal line to start the nose. Add a little loop at each end and a little bump on the bottom. Okay, then we'll drop a line straight down, and this is a smiling cat, so we'll have curving cheeks, a line that dips down, curves back up, put the corners of his smile in, and there we have a smiling cat. Now we're going to add his eyes. And the eyes start at the corner of the nose and go upward. Eyes are not really oval or football shaped. They're really parallelograms, which are sort of a tilted rectangle. So we're going to draw them that way, just blocking them in, just like this. And now we will draw the round shape for the inside of his eye. And the other one. Now the pupil, which is an oval, and a little highlight, just the light that shines on his eye. Okay, some curving lines for the inside of his ears, and a little more fur. And we have the basic sketch of the cat. Now we're going to switch from using the tip of the pencil to using the side. Still using our orange, our middle chrome pencil. We're going to color in his entire face. Go right over his ear. That's fine. Color his whole face in. We're not going to color the cheek or the chin, but all the rest of him here with just an even layer of this orange tone. And just like coloring in a coloring book, just make a flat layer of color. There we go. You can go around the edges, use the tip to fill in around his eye. Okay. Now we're going to load our brush full of water and just cover this area that we've colored in. Just cover it with a layer of water. Your brush starts to dry out and drag, then just dip it back in, pick up some more water. We're just flowing water over this pencil and dissolving that pigment so that it turns into that very flowing watercolor consistency. You don't have to worry about the surface texture, about getting it too smooth. We'll be coming back and working over it in just a few minutes. We just want to dissolve all the pencil so that you have a very fluid covering of color on your cat's face. Go down around the chin. Let your brush strokes go in the direction of the fur. Okay. There we go. All right. The next thing we're going to do while this orange layer starts to dry is we're going to take our Prussian blue and fill in the pupils, very dark layer, the sharp pencil. We're not using black because black is kind of harsh for this type of light-hearted drawing, and also in case you accidentally get a little bit of water on the Prussian blue, it would blend with the eye color to make green. We're putting a little bit of color in the corners of his eyes. We'll be using those to make some shadows. Okay. Now we're going to make a switch to the brush. We're going to take a damp brush and just lightly go over that Prussian blue to make it really smooth and dark. Smooth it out just a little bit. There we go. And we're also going to use that brush to pull up a little bit of that corner color, create a little pale blue shadow that runs right up along the top of his eye. Makes his eye a little more three-dimensional, a little more lifelike. Do it on the other side as well. Just pull it up with the tip of the brush. There you go. Just very gently. Gives the eye a little more definition. Okay, now we're switched to the pink tone. It's Pink Madder Lake, and we are coloring in his nose with just a good solid layer of colored pencil. And we'll take a damp brush and we're just going to dissolve that color so that you get a nice smooth coverage of that pink. That looks good. Okay, now we're back with the pencil again, this time with the Lemon Cadmium, our yellow pencil. We're going to color in, go around the colored part of his eye, just a layer of color there. And the yellow is the underneath tone. We're actually going to add some green in a minute, but this will give us a little glowing undertone that will help his eyes to look a little brighter. Now we come back with water, just dissolve the yellow. And here you see if we accidentally pick up a little Prussian blue, that's perfectly fine. It just creates a little green, and that's perfectly fine here. Okay. All right, now coming back with a little bit of green, and we're only putting it on the top, the colored parts of his eyes. I'm just laying a little bit of pigment there because we're going to actually let the water pull that color down into the yellow. So here's our damp brush, just working with that little bit of green to pull it down across the yellow. Really makes his eye look round and lively and gives it a nice glow. So we have that little shadow that's moving across the top of his eye, and that looks nice. All right, now we're back again, and we're going to pick up some of this blue that we put in the corner, and we're going to use that little reserve of blue to create just a very soft blue shadow right across the top of the white of his eye. There we go, just very soft. Gives him a little more expression. Okay, a little sparkle. All right, now we're back again, and we've got the terracotta pencil. And look how different the line quality is. Now we're working on top of wet watercolor, and the line looks almost like a marker rather than the crayon-like texture that you usually get with these pencils on a dry surface. So we're going to use that bold line to create some fur inside his ears. Give that little shadow, makes it look a little more three-dimensional there. And now we're going to outline with this darker color the places that we've drawn in earlier. We'll go around his eye with a layer of terracotta pencil, just to kind of set his eyes apart just a little bit more from the background fur color. We can put a little eyelid here, just a little suggestion of one above each of his eyes with that same pencil. Now we're going to go around the nose, and this will help the nose to stand out. There we go. And if you want to add nostrils, you can do that. Don't make a round circle, just a little line is all you need. And we'll go over this smiling expression here. Don't forget the corners. So we're really starting to have him show up now and look a little more lively. So we'll run around the bottom. Think about the way a cat's fur grows and let your pencil move in those directions, outward from the head, outward from the ear. Got a little texture there on the corners of his ears. He's kind of a shaggy cat. And then you want to let your pencil follow the direction we laid the fur in earlier, where it goes out toward the outer edges of the paper, out from the center. Creates that nice texture. There we go. All right, let's take a look at him. We're going to add a little bit of shadow right there, just to give his cheeks some dimension. And he's got a little tuft of fur above his eyes, little whiskers there. And also, cats often have a little streak of fur that goes out from the corners of their eyes, and we'll add that as well. Okay, and bring up his other fur texture just a bit. There we go. A little shadow under his chin, also in the direction of the fur. And let all your lines follow that direction of the texture of the cat's fur. And some whiskers, just some couple on each side. Darken up the inside of his ear just a bit, and we're just about done. There we go. All right. Well, I've enjoyed this, and if you'd like to see more videos or get some art tips, just check out my website, which is www.valwebb.com, and feel free to drop me an email. My email is studio@valwebb.com. Thanks very much.